The biggest move in your career will come from the small thing you nearly didn't do. Shoot your shot. I'm writing this an hour before dashing out the door for the Ashes at the Gabba. If you're not into cricket, it probably sounds like I'm off to watch a building burn down. Maybe you've never heard of the Ashes at all. Maybe your understanding of cricket stops at that odd sport where they stop for tea. But here's the part most people miss. The most iconic rivalry in cricket started from a journalist mucking around. In 1882, England played Australia at the Oval. On home soil, England had never lost to Australia. Everyone assumed it would be a routine win. Then Australia won. It was a total shock. Reginald Shirley Brooks, a journalist at the Sporting Times, could have filed another dry match report. Instead, he borrowed inspo from the obituary section of the paper and wrote this. In affectionate remembrance of English cricket, which died at the Oval on the 29th of August 1882, deeply lamented by a large circle of sorrowing friends and acquaintances, R.I.P. NB, the body will be cremated and the ashes taken to Australia. It was a joke. In Australia, we call this a piss take. Some English women read this mock obituary and decided to take it literally. They burnt a bale, placed the ashes in a tiny urn, and presented it to the English captain Ivo Bligh. That little urn became the Ashes. More than 140 years later, it's still cricket's most coveted prize because one man didn't delete the silly idea. Here's what I love about this story. 1. Most people underestimate the power of small moves. A handful of words written quickly became a tradition that's outlived every person involved. Most of us underestimate what our words can do. But the right words at the right time, with the right twist, can create traditions that last centuries. Where are you underestimating the impact of something small that you could say today? 2. There's a hidden advantage sitting in the gaps between worlds. Brooks didn't invent anything new. He brought in a new lens, he borrowed from another section of the newspaper and mashed these two worlds together. I think mashups are one of the most underused strategic levers in business. Look at what Louis Vuitton did with Pharrell to turn a legacy fashion house into a cultural engine. Formula One has reinvented itself globally by fusing racing with reality TV storytelling and Drive to Survive. In the workplace, companies like HubSpot are running internal events that feel more like TED meets a music festival than a corporate town hall. What's one concept from outside of your field that you could borrow to make your work instantly more interesting? And then there's the other pattern everyone ignores. People don't act, which brings me to a story I've never forgotten. The message I nearly didn't send. A few years ago, I'd splurged on a private box at the cricket for the Australia versus West Indies test. That morning, while getting ready, a thought popped into my head. How great would it be to meet Justin Langer today? He's one of my cricket heroes. Oh, and we're both left-handed. I listened to a podcast about his leadership philosophy and walked away with even more respect for him. And he was commentating that match. So I opened LinkedIn and I typed a message. Hey Justin, I'm at the ground today. Any chance you could pop over between commentary stints for a quick chat? Then my brain kicked in, of course. This is ridiculous. He'll never see it. Don't be that person. But there was zero downside and infinite upside, so I hit send. Later that afternoon, oh my goodness, the Justin Langer walks over to our box. We chatted for 15 minutes about his meditation practice, how he literally grounds himself before a game, takes his shoes off and walks around the pitch, and his philosophy about the power of simplicity. Also, I almost didn't send that message. I sat at my phone thinking, this is ridiculous. If he didn't reply though, no harm done. If he showed up, life moment achieved. Most of us talk ourselves out of the ask before we even try. Shoot your shot. Leanne, send the message anyway, Hughes.